आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello friends, welcome. The question states, if the average of 5 numbers is minus 10 and the sum of the 3 numbers is 16, what is the average of the other 2 numbers? So, here this question is about average. So let us first talk what an average actually is. So average for any value or any data is sum of all the quantities divided by number of quantities. So if I have 6 or 7 values different, so they are different values, so if I have to find their average, I'm just gonna add them up and divide them by their number. So if I have two numbers, say 10 and 20, and I need to find their average, so I'm gonna do 10 plus 20, and since I have two numbers, I'm gonna divide them by 2 and the answer becomes 15. Now let us have a look at this question. Question says if the average of 5 numbers is minus 10. So average has already been given to us as minus 10 and this is for 5 numbers. So let us assume the 5 numbers as A, B, C, D and E. So the 5 numbers that we have is A, B, C, D and E. And then it says the sum of the 3 numbers is 16. Right? So sum of 3 numbers is 16. So if I have average of these 5 numbers as minus 10, I can write this as minus 10, which is the average, is equals to sum of all of these numbers. So I have A plus B plus C plus D plus E divided by, so the number of quantities, that is 5, because there are 5 different values, right? So it's gonna be minus 10 is equals to the sum upon 5. But the data is also given that, and the sum of 3 numbers is 16. So I'm assuming that A plus B plus C is equals to 16. And then I have been asked what is the average of the other 2 numbers. That means I need to find the average of D and E. So let us put this value of A plus B plus C in here. So then I get minus 10. So I'm gonna multiply both sides by 5, right? So I'm gonna multiply this side by 5 and this side by 5 too. So what happens? Minus 10 multiplies by 5. So minus 10 into 5. And this 5 actually cancels out. So there's no denominator over here. So it's going to be A plus B plus C plus D plus E. But here you also have a data that A plus B plus C is equals to 16. So let me replace A plus B plus C by 16. So then I'm going to have 16 plus D plus E. And there's no denominator, or there's no 5 in the denominator because I multiplied both sides by 5, right? Now this is going to be minus 50. And if I'm going to subtract both sides by 16, so I'm going to subtract both sides by 16. So this becomes minus 50 minus 16. I'm subtracting both sides by 16 is equals to 16 minus 16. So this 2 cancel out, plus D plus E. So that means I have the value of D plus E as this minus 50 minus 16, which is equals to minus 66, right? So I have got D plus E as minus 66. But the question states, what is the average of the other 2 numbers? That means I have to find the average of D and E. So I have their sum. And what do I need to divide the sum with? Number of quantities. So if I'm supposed to find the value of average of D comma E, it's equal to the sum by the number of values. That's going to be minus 66 upon 2 because D and D. So 1, 2. So this is equals to minus 33. So the question which states what is the average of the other 2 numbers, the answer is minus 33. So this is our answer. And how did you find it? Using the simple formula that average is equals to sum of all the quantities upon number of quantities. And using that, we wrote the general expression for these 5 numbers. Then we substituted the value of A plus B plus C equals to 16. Then we found out the sum of D and E from this equation by solving it. And finally, we divided the value by 2, the sum of these numbers D and D by 2, because they are 2 numbers, that is D and E, they are 2 distinct values, right? So number of quantities, that is 2 over here. So we're going to do minus 66 upon 2, that is equals to minus 33, which is our answer for this particular question. That is it guys. Thank you so much for watching.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT, जेई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।